Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today in this meeting. IWCA Connects International Coffee Week version, round 1. So in this table, we're gonna have our host, Tássya from IWCA Brazil. And we're gonna have Anne from IWCA Vietnam. And then Teopista from Africa. And then Celeste from Guatemala. So thank you for joining us. And I wanted to tell you a bit about IWCA's work. So we are a network that connects and empowers women from all over the world. And this is part of what we do. We connect different women from different countries with different perspectives to make agro-industrial coffee chain more equal for women and men. So also I would like to say a few words about IWCA Brazil. We are a network here that connects Brazilian women in coffee, and we are present in 11 different coffee regions, and we are now 550 women together and counting, expecting more to come. So Tássya, the mic's yours.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm really grateful to see you all here today. It's really important to us, this debate and your presence, because we should work to our empowerment, right? So I'm gonna ask the panelists to introduce yourselves, and then we're gonna go to the first question, right? So and if you want, you can start introducing you to us.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Thank you very much. It's my honor to be here, and I'm very interested in activities of IWCA Brazil. I heard so many good things, and I heard your network is huge, and I also want to learn all the results that you have achieved. I also want to learn and hopefully can apply a few things to IWCA Vietnam. Yeah, my name is Anne. I'm mother of 3 and chairwoman of a coffee business in Vietnam, and also the president of IWCA Vietnam. And yes, I am. I live in Germany. However, the work with Vietnam and my business and the IWCA Vietnam chapter is still continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Teopista, you can introduce you to us, please.
Thank you very much, Tássya. My name is Teopista Nakkungu. I'm the Chief Coordinator of IWCA Uganda. I'm very happy to be here to learn from all of you. I'm very grateful for the amazing work you do. I support chapter activities to build capacities of the women, connect to markets. I also do some private businesses in the coffee, particularly in the nursery management and coffee consumption, producing coffee for the market. I live in Kampala, and I'm looking forward to learning as much as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Teopista. And next one, Celeste.
Celeste, your mic is mute.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry for that. So, hello, everybody. My name is Celeste Fumagalli. I'm from IWCA Guatemala, or as we said, Asociación de Mujeres en Café Guatemala. I'm a member from the board. Right now, I'm working as a volunteer as secretary, and since 2013 volunteering in IWCA. My passion is to work with other women together and to grow together too. So nice to see you all here. It's an honor. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope this interview will be for all of us a good experience and learning from each other. So a big regards for all IWCA members, and hope everybody is okay in this pandemic.
Oh, thank you, Celeste. IWCA would like to thank the presence of our great panelists now and people's participation. So I'm gonna start doing the first question, and you can debate about it. And at the end moment, probably we will open for questions, right? So I'm gonna do the first question. That is, women have always been present in all the coffee value chain activities. Today, technology and communication are easier. What would be the best way to make women's work more visible and better appreciated? Who is gonna be the first? I think maybe we can follow the same order. Can you start it, Anne?
Yeah, I can do. So I think technology allows us to do to increase visibility very so much easier before internet, before many things. So the visibility of IWCA can be reached to many communication channels like social media or trade fairs. I went to many trade fairs, and I saw IWCA, for example, in World of Coffee. I bet at SCA trade shows there is also a presentation, but like commercial trade shows in Asia, the presence. So I can talk only about for Asia and what come across my life, right? I saw that IWCA presence need to be more relevant, and also I think on in my IWCA Facebook website, we do feature post, and it increased significantly the presence of many women-led company. Feature post about this woman, who she is and what she's doing. I think it increased, it helps. So these kind of medium didn't exist before, and I think it helps me quite significantly. Yeah, I think.
Great. Teopista.
Thank you very much, Tássya. I think it's very important to show women's relevancy at the various levels of the value chain. Of course, there are several issues affecting women, right from lack of confidence at personal level to limited access to resources to invest, to non-prioritization of their issues in programs. You'll agree with me that the way so far the women have been depicted at what their capabilities are is to see women being shown carrying baskets of red cherries, and which is very nice, of course. but and also hand sorting in factories. But this is clearly emphasizing what people think that is all they are capable of. Yet both me and you, we know the potential of the women and the ability to participate at the various levels of the value chain. So what needs to be done? I think it's critical to start appointing them in leadership positions to engage in decision making, because then their issues will get addressed. Documentation is very, very important to point out and highlight the successful women, to become, to be as role models, to inspire others to join and participate. Targeted media to capture women issues and possible solutions and all opportunities. Because sometimes the media just focuses on the negatives, but there's so many things that need to be addressed. Capacity building is very, very important to address confidence issues, for the women to embrace technology and communication channels available today, and scaling them. Believe me, before the pandemic, I never really tried to embrace the technology. When they send me a link to join a webinar, I never used to really take it very serious. But during the pandemic, I didn't have an option. So it's very, very important to build the confidence issue, to address the confidence issues of these women. Thank you very much, Tássya.
Thank you, Teopista. Celeste?
And thank you. I agree with Nok and Teopista too, but first of all, I think this pandemic has pushed us to work, or force us to work with internet. So we have to make our good effort and do our best by showing the work of women in the social media. I mean, there's a lot of capacity that we didn't know that exists. There's no border. Right now, we are speaking from different parts of the world and giving solutions for things that are helpful for women. So one of my suggestions will be showing the work that women do in social media, and also use a hashtag. Universal hashtag that can be like an icon for all of us, like hashtag IWCA or hashtag Women in Coffee, or a particular hashtag that we can use to connect all these stories together and make force in internet. So when somebody come in the internet, so in search for women in coffee, they immediately come to our webpage or to our social media. That will be great. Other thing that we're doing here in Guatemala is that we create a few years ago a certification. So when you pay your membership, you allowed to receive a certification that demonstrate that you are part from this association and that you're working together for empowering women. And you can use the logo if you ask for. So you can use in your packaging, in your business card, in your social media. Obviously, you have to ask for a permission before, but this gives you also sentido de pertenencia. How do you say that? Can you, Tássya?
A feeling of belonging.
Yes, feeling of belonging of one strong group of women. So, and the other thing that I will recommend is to make just not only digital marketing, but also networking with other IWCA chapters and help each other. So there's no border. We can show our work and work together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your considerations. We're gonna go to the next question. That is, what would be your recommendation for youth to keep working in the coffee industry? following the same order. Anne, please.
Yes, I think it's tricky. I myself also thought about whether or not my children or any of them would consider to follow my footstep, because in coffee now it's like a lot of work, and you can't solve a problem alone, so you have to rely on help of many other people. I think it's very challenging. I would encourage for renovation, or like 10 years ago, I think espresso and cappuccino as a drink is like the top of the world. And then a lot of people would say, wow, maybe that would be the end of coffee shop and of indulgence in coffee. But then it comes the third wave, coffee specialty, and nowadays you have like local farmer is adopted by a local roaster in Germany or something like that. In many German cities, we have this kind of very tight working collaboration between one farm in Africa or one farm in Central America and their small group of roasters. They adopt these farmers and or the output of the work of the farmer. So I think there's always a progress, and the word I think of is like more direct trade, more transparent trade, more sustainable. Yeah, always transforming. I think is the best. I don't have a very detailed or very clear idea, but I think yeah, you have to renovate yourself. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Teopista?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tássya. I would like to point out that the barriers affecting effective youth participation, especially in producing countries, is not different or are not different from those of women. Notably, lack of access to adequate resources, especially land and finance to invest, lack of coffee ownership, among others. The coffee sector being characterized by aging farmers, old trees, and the small holding as a method of growing coffee. And so that poses a big challenge for the women, for the youth to invest. So what is clearly, in my understanding, is to create an incentive, especially in terms of a youth coffee fund. This will create an incentive to enable them to gain access to resources, to acquire skills, especially in value addition or other levels of the value chain. Because what is clearly being seen here is will enable them to invest, but also on user facilities at affordable fees. For example, if there is a roastery where they can go and do toro roasting or a settle washing facility, and also incubation centers for leadership and business skills. There's so many, these youth have so many issues. And of course, it's very important in our work to highlight the profitability of coffee at the various levels of the value chain. When they think of coffee, they only think about growing, and it will take 3 years to start harvesting. So highlighting the profitability at the different levels, that you can still make money when you're say, adding value or working in a cafe, I think will make the youth stay in the coffee value chain. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Celeste?
Thank you. Well, this question was hard to me to answer. Honestly, I have 3 little children, and I put me in the position, what can I do for them so that the coffee industry will be attractive for them? And first of all, I think the reason why I'm here and the reason why I'm passionate about coffee, and that's why, because my father was teaching me since I was a little kid, growing in a farm, all our activities that we do, and I learned was with him. So he was my first teacher, and just I will say that involving the young people in all the activities, it will be one of the first things that we can do and make them attractive for them. So also hearing their ideas, their opinion, investing in trainings and education. So looking for these opportunities for young people and showing that it's not only growing coffee, planting coffee, there are other options from seed to cup that they can choose one activity and grow with it and innovate the industry with their ideas. So thank you.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go to the next one. The third one, health crisis, price crisis, and many other challenges give us a chance to innovate and be creative. What was your positive lessons this year, and what would you like to improve, implement, and a change in your COP activities? Anne, please.
Yes. So thank you. I think this question is great. And my immediate reaction when we went into the first lockdown in Germany was in March was, oh no. So I have no deals this year because I was about to go to trade shows. And then a couple of days later, my mind started to settle in with Zoom calls, like online wet mill tour that I offered to my clients, potential clients. And then I realized there's a new horizon with online, with internet, with Zoom, with WhatsApp, with Teams, you call it, you name it. Yeah, I learned that we have to adjust and we can adjust. And now we are so privileged to come to the point that you can still achieve some work done. So you are not completely isolated or you are totally off or something. You can start adjust to sell online. Our online sales has not picked up yet. We haven't learned, or we haven't learned enough to how to do marketing, online marketing, but with significant buyers that we have started the conversation before the pandemic, I can still handle the meeting online. So I think one lesson this year is you can adapt. There is a new opportunity. You can shift your platform of meeting or conversation online. You have to, my lesson is also to communicate better. Like I write more emails now, and I have to be more specific, more clear, nicer in the wording. So it's also trained me. So I think, yeah, I think quite significantly positive, I have to say. So I learned a lot this year.
Yes, everyone is learning a lot this year. That's true. Thank you. Teopista, please.
Thank you very much, Tássya. A crisis often offers a learning phase and an opportunity to reevaluate your capabilities. So what I've learned in this crisis is that having a positive attitude is very, very important. You have to embrace each challenge as it comes, but of course, believe in possibilities. I found this to be very helpful for me to maintain a positive mental balance. Otherwise, everything was going haywire, but I believed that there is always going to be a possibility to do that. And of course, the power of networking, which enables you to get advice from the right people, to get information you're seeking from the right people. So it's very, very important to step up, but also maintain your networking connections. Resilience is key. It has been one of the lessons. You have to learn from your mistakes and bounce right back. You have to believe in yourself, otherwise things may be very difficult. What I realized that needs to improve is to embrace digitalization opportunities for the women. All of us need to be compliant to the new normal, where each and every one of us need to embrace technology. Right now, I'm in this discussion with you is because I was very positive to embracing technology. And of course, the current crisis has escalated very many challenges, especially domestic violence. So addressing confidence issues is going to be very important to equip the women with knowledge to speak for themselves, seek out solutions and help where necessary. So it's going to be very, very important for us to build the capacity of the women to be more confident in our next program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Celeste, please.
Thank you, Tássya. Well, I realized that before the health crisis, we were rushing every day. We were doing things very fast and moving so fast. And when we get locked down, the first thing it came in mind, it was that I have to order my priorities. And also, but one positive lesson that make me is to make resources like time, like money, that supplies more efficient, and to put an order for each one. Of course, health, family is first, and then the rest will be make as follow. But I would like to improve and implement more digital marketing strategy and change the way that we used to do business, because before we used to just only by connecting people normally person by person or by email, but it was a little bit rare and complicated, but now this is our reality. So there are many apps, many options that we can use right now, like Zoom and other meetings that we can do on internet, that we can use for reaching our clients or reaching our supplier, and try to do our best this way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we're gonna go to the fourth question. Women empowerment should move further it should be amplified to our families, our communities, and the coffee industry. Finding the balance is key to build up the credibility necessary to find and take opportunities. Please give us two suggestions to find this balance. Same order. And
yes, thank you. This question is really great. I always think about this problem when when I introduce myself as president of IWCA. In Vietnam, many women don't have understanding what I'm doing. And the thing is, Vietnam is very fortunate in terms of gender equality because it is a communistic country, meaning women have to work. So for many Vietnamese, like a homemaker is a very strange thing. Many of the young people don't understand because their mother always work for either for the state or for the company. So they don't have understanding for what I'm doing. And it's not a bad thing. It's a positive thing. So in a country where the rights of women, they have, so the president of the Congress is a woman, and many ministers are women. So what is my role? They ask. It's crazy. So yeah, so I raise this, my observation that I observed that yes, women are in coffee industry as many as men. But when it's come about leadership or in leadership in private companies, who are the person in charge? 50% of women there? And the answer said, yeah, it's very clear, no. So I actually, two approaches that I have to do is I raise awareness among women that we are not well presented in the supply chain. 80 to 70 or 80% of women are labor, as Teopista said. This vision that women are working in coffee is there, but what kind of activity? It's not in management where women are presented behind a computer planning, right? Women are more like coffee picker or worker. So then the observation start to be clearer for women that, okay, we are in coffee and we should do, we should reach out for other opportunities. So that is my one approach to raise awareness among women. And raise awareness among men is also the same. I tell different stories, but in the end, they said, well, but that is the way they choose. I said, maybe, but don't you think at the end of the day, women would also love to have the salary as much as men? Because if you take salary of women divided by the number of women or the mean of salary of men, you see a big gap, right? So you cannot tell me that is always the life women want to choose. There are some of them, but not all of them. So you can help them to explore their fullest potential. So I always try to raise awareness among the two gender to make the distinction, the role in the supply chain per se. Not it's not in Vietnam like this that women are very underrepresented in coffee. We are as many as men. which is do a lot of work in the labor part, not in other things. We need to change that.
Yeah, that's the idea. Thank you. Teopista, please.
Thank you very much. I would look at this using two approaches. The gender equity approach, of course, that's a requirement by all the nations from the global perspective to in-country. Of course, this will address the women vulnerabilities, especially in our patriarchal societies, inequalities in access to resources. And of course, this is expected to address fairness and inclusion. And if well articulated and implemented, of course, it can address many of those vulnerabilities. But my call to every woman in coffee and everyone who is promoting women empowerment is to step up vigilance in advocacy to highlight women's potential, like Anne said, and contribution to a better society and ultimately improved livelihoods. The catchword here is advocate, lobby, sensitize until they listen and act. Do not give up. I'll give you an example. Recently, we had a radio talk show where highlighting the women, what they can do, their potential. And when we reached the time for questions, men were calling in, asking us for prices, better markets, clearly indicating that they did not listen to anything we were saying. So let's advocate, lobby, sensitize, and no man called in. So it's a lot of work for us, but we do not give up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Celeste?
Thank you, Tássya. Well, here in Guatemala, or in many other Central America countries, machismo is very strong. So for women to do our work is hard because we don't have confidence in ourselves. But when you start at home teaching your children that men and women are equal and both deserve the same respect, then you can change things. But we have to start at home. And other thing that I would like to mention, that empowering women through training and giving them the tools so they can, but not also the tools, just like showing them and embracing them and telling them you can do it. So she can be more conscious that she can do the work, that she has the power, that she can do everything that he can want to achieve, that there is no barrier. The only barrier that we have is our mind, and that I will suggest that we have to empower more women, and I will say teaching them.
Great. Thank you for your consideration. That was really rich. And now I want to ask you, does someone have some question, some doubt?
I would like to add something for the, I didn't mention in the first question. May I?
Yes.
Yes, we have one specific chance and good opportunity by IWCA. They make the availability list. So if you're a producer and you want to show your work online and through IWCA, you can do it by putting your coffee under the list and showing your story. So that's another thing that we can do. Thank you.
Thank you. Someone else have some comment? Feel free to do it.
Can I do a comment as an audience?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I would like to thank you so much because it's really interesting when we meet women from different countries, because we see that we have the same struggles, even though we are far, far, far apart. So this inspires us to keep on going, because sometimes when we are alone, we think like,